Hi, I've got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
Yo, what's up guys, it's Tom and welcome back to a brand new video, and this is episode number 35 in total for career mode, and this is season 2 and more specifically this is round number 14 for the Italian Grand Prix, now well into the second half of the season, and this is the big one. This is Ferrari's home race. This is the home track, and this is the track where no excuses work. You have to perform in front of the Tifosi. So this track is a very crucial one on the calendar, and it's the last one of the European season. So we're going to see how things shape up. But first of all, guys, I'm commenting this at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going back to school tomorrow. So a big thumbs up on this straight off the bat would be greatly appreciated, as also people are asleep in my house right now, and I'm trying my best for you guys to try and maintain the uploads consistent. But as you can see, we're currently focusing on practice for Friday, and so far doing a pretty good job of hitting all of our benchmarks and all of our required R&D marks that we need to try and hit for the weekend. And I've got a big announcement to make towards the end of the video, but I can tell you now, it's regarding the future of me doing the season, or the series, sorry, in the Ferrari car. So keep an eye out for the end of the video, and I'll let the big announcement out of the bag. But as you can see, we're currently in practice, and we're going to finalise it quite nicely with a flawless 50 points in every single aspect, even in the qualifying test. So with that, we're going to now move into the qualifying report. So moving into Saturday, and it was a very mixed conditions compared to Friday, and it was actually quite wet here at the Autodromo. Do you know the Monza, I think it is, or the Ferrari? I always get the Imola one and the Monza ones mixed up. But anyway, this is Monza. We all know the name of the track anyway. But as you can see, we're kind of focusing on Q1, and so far so good as we come out the final corner at the Parabolica, and we're going to come across the line for our first and only lap in Q1 to get us through quite comfortably into Q2. As you can see, there was a nice lap to get us in second place behind you know who, Mr. Kimi Raikkonen, who's the man in form right now alongside myself. So he's obviously a championship rival, and I can tell you that he is actually a new rival that the PR agent has actually set us for the remainder of the season. So if him being a championship rival wasn't enough, and he's also now a rival now from the team's expectation in terms of the targets that are required. So Kimi Raikkonen, very much an enemy, even though he's in the same team as me at the moment. But as you can see, currently in Q2, once again doing the exact same thing as Q1, getting a very successful lap in there and getting us through once again in second place, exact same carbon copy of Q1 there behind Kimi Raikkonen there. So a top 1-2 for Ferrari to get us into Q3. And speaking of Q3, we're going to ride on board for the entirety of this lap now, going down the pit straight, preparing ourselves for the very heavy braking zone, breaking up the 150 meter board down from 8th down to 2nd gear. Make sure you pick up the apex here, and I should keep it in 3rd for a change, because I feel like it gives me better traction on the exit here of the flip-flop chicane of 1 and 2. Get the power down now into turn 3, the famous Curva Grande corner, absolutely flat out, obviously no issues here, and we prepare ourselves for the very next braking point, which is the next left-right chicane for turns 4 and 5, very into the Retro-Filia, I believe. But we're slowing it down for the chicane, and we actually lock up the tyres and we go straight on, and I try to slow down, but unfortunately our lap time gets invalidated, even though we had a purple first sector. So that's absolute heartbreak there, and not the qualifying that I expected. And it's going to be P10 on the grid for the Italian Grand Prix, with Kimi Raikkonen taking pole position once again, absolutely bossing the qualifying session there. But nevertheless, hopefully we can try and overturn this form into a good result in Sunday for the race. Okay, so here we are then for the Italian Grand Prix on the Sunday. As you can see, a beautiful sunny day here, and promising conditions for the Grand Prix. It's going to be sunny throughout the entire race, and as you can see, this is a strategy we're going to be going for in the race. As you can see, starting on the medium tyre, going to try and drag this first stint out, because in past races and my experience in F1 games, a long first stint on a good tyre with solid pace does set you up quite nicely for the second half of the Grand Prix. So we're going to go nice and long in this first stint on the medium tyre. Even though the drop-off seems to come at a very early time in the race, I still want to try and push this tyre a little bit and try and get some good life out of it, and then switch over to the soft and then the super soft at the end for one final push. So hopefully we can have a good race. Also under fueling the car by quite a bit once again. Obviously this is a very simple track to save fuel on if you're not in slipstream that often. So as you can see, it's P9, not P10, because I believe someone had a penalty. But nevertheless, we're now going to jump into the race, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can try and get a good result here in Ferrari's home race for round 13 of the season, or 14 should I say, of the Italian Grand Prix. Right, so here we go then, the 5 red lights are coming on now. We've got Lewis Hamilton also on medium tyres on our right hand side, but here we go, lights out. and away we go for round 14 of the season, trying to pick up a good start here. Some good traction off the line. We're going to cover the inside straight away, make sure no one gets up my inside there as we now go into the chicane for the first time this race. Going to go nice and late on the brakes, looking up the right front ever so slightly. A massive dive bomb up the inside. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I've made it stick beautifully. Got yellow flag behind as you get past Nico Rosberg, and we're up into P4. An incredible start here to the Italian Grand Prix. The brilliant dive as we got a virtual safety car, so a brilliant start of the race there on that first chicane, and a really aggressive move, so I'm well chuffed for that. I locked up both tyres. I thought I was going to smack into some sort of car, but luckily I just got away with it, so luckily we got a really good start to this race, and we're now right behind our new rival and championship rival, Kimi Räikkönen. So riding on board with Lewis Hamilton here, and let's see what happened in this sort of replay shot of the start of the race, this time running from on board, and we'll get a second view from a spectator after. But as you can see, looking on board now into the first corner, there's me going up the inside, but as you can see now, you get stuck on the curb a little bit, and then there's contact with the Toro Rosso, and you get stuck all over this sort of civilian policeman and sort of the curb, and he's been very careful not to damage the floor on his car. And we'll see now in the spectator the damage that was left behind in terms of a massive car pack. As you can see, there was loads of cars piling up, and obviously that was the reason why the virtual safety car was triggered, more than anything just for a simple precautionary measure. So there you go, and Lewis Hamilton gets on his way. Here we go, then the virtual safety car has ended. I'm on mediums, and I believe Kimi Räikkönen is as well. So as you can see, me and Kimi going for the exact same strategy as Ricciardo's on superstars up front. But here we go, this is where the slipstream comes into play. They're going to go 3 wide into the first corner here, so we're just going to try and sit back and watch this unfold as Verstappen cuts the chicane, and look at that, he's bunny hopping everywhere. We're going to switch back underneath Kimi and Verstappen and pull off a double overtake and get up into second place. And we're now right in the slipstream of Daniel Ricciardo. We're going to pull to the outside. Can we go around the outside of Curva Grande? Yes, we can. A little bit of a squeeze from Ricciardo, almost on the grass there, but we do make the move up into the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. Incredible scenes here, and we've gone from 9th to 1st in 2 laps. Absolutely unbelievable start to this race, and now Ricciardo's going to be very big in our mirrors on them super soft tyres, but we need to get the gap out because we all know how OP the slipstream is around this track and just on this game as a whole. So I really need to try and get the hammer down now, but I think Ricciardo is not done yet, as here he comes now. He's going to pick up some slipstream. He's going to go to the inside. I don't think he's got enough momentum actually to make a move. He's going to sit behind me for now, so it's going to give me a little bit more time to try and pull away as we go through the Ascari chicane. But the thing is, through the corners, Ricciardo being on the super soft, he's got so much more grip than me, so it's going to be hard for me to really stretch out a gap. As you can see, here goes Ricciardo, and now Verstappen once again. We go 3 wide as here comes Räikkönen as well, and just looking at my mirrors all the time here. We're going to get cars up my inside, 3 wide into Parabolica, a little bit of contact with Max Verstappen. Räikkönen trying to get up the inside as well, side by side me and my teammate on the exit of Parabolica. I've got an illegal overtake on Kimi, so I'm going to have to get out the throttle as we now got Perez behind us. So I don't know what's going on here. Perez has jumped the gun and he's up into 3rd place, and we're now trying to go side by side with Kimi Räikkönen, trying to squeeze him to the inside a little bit. We have to go nice and late on the brakes, but we can't make a stick. Perez makes a move now on both of the Ferraris here, and what a hectic start to this Grand Prix. I'm trying to find some space to get past. We've got yellow flags once again. I'm trying to get past Kimi Räikkönen. We've got Verstappen once again behind us, and I think Ricciardo might have had a problem there in that instant because he's dropped way through the field and because of the yellow flags as well. I'm wondering if he got a short straw there, but we're going to try and go up the inside of Kimi here, try and return the favour. A little bit of contact with Perez. We just get away with it. Luckily, no, we were spun by Kimi Räikkönen. No, that was not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. We need to try and spin the car around here. Räikkönen's in the gravel, and we've got Kvyat here for company. We're going to try and get a foot down here. Yellow flag. Just try and let Kvyat go. We can try and get back up to speed. We've got Rosberg behind us now. So this is a really hectic first 3 laps of the race, and I don't know what I'm going to do to edit this or cut this down, but this has been a really incredible start, and we're now right behind Kvyat, and I believe we might have a chance of getting him with some DRS assistance here. So let's see if we get close enough into the Ascari chicane. Picking up a massive toe. Going to pull to the inside. Can we get him on the brakes? Oh, not quite. Kvyat just closed the door on me. So good defensive driving there. So some time has passed, and I think the incident sort of settled in my mind a bit, but I still believe Räikkönen is the man at fault for this, guys. Let me know in the comments down below who you thought was at fault, but I just think Räikkönen had enough space and he just decided to still take me out. So big controversy in the Ferrari camp here after the race. I think Arriva Bene is not going to be happy whatsoever. Also, Sergio Marchionne might have a few words to say, but that was the incident. And let me know in the comments down below what you thought, guys. I just couldn't get past Kvyat there into the braking zone, but we're going to probably get past him now this time around. Even though I don't have DRS, I'm close enough to get past him on this little curve straight into Curva Grande. So all the brake markables have been knocked down at turn 1, so it's very hard to find a braking point, so I didn't have the confidence to go up the inside on the brakes. But there we go, up the inside of Kvyat, make the move, purple first sector, and let's try and get the hammer down and try and pull away from him and try and chase after Valtteri Bottas. right on the back of Valtteri Bottas here as we exit the Ascari chicane. Bit of a tricky one this, because if I overtake him now, he's probably going to get me back on the pit straight, but I don't care. I'm just going to make the move anyway and try and get some good traction out of Parabolic and pull away from him, because I'd rather just get the move done and try and stretch the field a little bit than sit behind the car and waste time. So get on the power now on the exit of Parabolic. We've actually got a pretty okay gap to Bottas. He's going to still try and have a bite, I think, and try and get past us, but Perez now in the pit lane, so the former race leader no longer leading this race, and now Verstappen's into the lead. Here comes Bottas, but I don't think he's close enough, so we have got enough of a gap to keep him behind us. And like I said before, no braking points for turn 1, so it's very hard to spot a braking, because obviously the AI coded into brake where they usually brake, but obviously for me it's hard to see where I meant to brake because I've got no more reference points. So I need to just try and go on field and try and be as ballsy as I can, braking as late as I can. But up in the P3, I'm going to need to try and chase down Romain Grosjean. Okay, so Verstappen pit last lap. There goes Grosjean pitting in for his first stop, and also Danny Kvyat. So I'm now all by myself up front. Sergio Perez is the man of the move. Fast lap of the race last time out for him, but at the moment, oh, there we go. Safety car, that's come out of nowhere. So no one's retired from the race, so that's a bit of an unexpected one. And once again, we've been royally screwed over, just like a few races ago where I was in the lead, because I'm going to lose my entire cushion that I had on this tyre. Okay, so I'm going to pit in now for my first stop of the race. I'm going to go onto a soft tyre. I'm going to ignore the safety car limit because I'm not going to have any issues of getting a penalty. I'm just going to slow it down for the pit entry here, and we just get it slowed down now. That was actually very close. I completely didn't factor in the pit entry line. I thought it was a bit further away, but we're going to come in for a soft tyre and just see how long we can take this stint out. Obviously, we've used that medium now, so what we've got is just plenty of super softs and softs left for the entirety of this race. So I might even just go on another soft tyre after this and take that tyre to the end of the race. But now the question is, what place are we going to rejoin in? Because obviously we're a little bit far down the order, and it looks like it is going to be maybe P9. No, it's going to be P10 by the look of it. No, yeah, P9. There we go. So just behind Carlos Sainz, so that's not too shabby. We are on a fresh tyre, so we should be able to push on this as soon as the safety car comes in. So this promises to be a nice little tasty stint with plenty of overtaking. Okay, so we're getting ready for the safety car restart, and I can really tell you this is going to be slipstream.com with all these cars in this massive pack, or in this massive train, shall I say. So here we go, get ready now for the green flag to drop. We're just going to try and get the power nice and easily on these fresh tyres, and away we go. We've got a few cars already diving into the pit lane, including our teammate Kimi Raikkonen, and Palmer's out of the race. So a few incidents happening already. We're already on the limit, as you can see. As we go into turn 1, we've got Marcus Ericsson ahead of us here. Can we have a sniff on the brakes? Not quite. Like I said, just struggling to get a move on into turn 1 because of the lack of just reference points for brake meter boards. So we'll have to try and get him elsewhere, and this could be a good opportunity now on through this corner, because they're battling very hard behind us. As you can see in the minimap, there's a massive train. Here we go. We're going to switch to the inside, which will come the outside. Ericsson trying to bang wheels of us a little bit, actually. I'm going to go on the outside of the Swedish driver. Can we pull it off? Yes, I do. And there we go. We're up into P5. And we're now going to go after Fernando Alonso. Should be fairly easy pickings in that McLaren Honda, especially on those medium tyres, which I'm guessing he hasn't pit yet. So, who knows? Maybe as soon as now on this back straight, we should be able to get Alonso. So let's have a see and see if we get past him in the slipstream alone. As we got through the gears, I think I've got enough momentum here. Yes, we do. As you can see, we've got a massive run on Alonso. We're going to pull to the inside, go nice and deep on the brakes, up the inside of the Ascari chicane, and we're now up into P4. And we've got a nice bit of clear track as well to try and get a hammer down and chase after Daniel Ricciardo. Okay, so Ricciardo pits in from P3, so that's him doing his, I believe, his second stop of the race. Meanwhile, I've kicked up into Rich Mix because I can't catch Verstappen or Grosjean because they just keep slipstreaming each other, and it's really hard for me to really make any inroads because they're just basically relaying each other quite nicely. So I need to try and find the pace and try and find some time on them some other way, or shape or form, because right now I'm not catching them on this pace. Oh, yellow flag has been an instant up ahead. What's going on here? I think Verstappen and Grosjean have had a bit of contact, and yes, they have. Grosjean there, as you can see, going very slowly. Is he going to come into the pit lane? Yes, he does, and also Verstappen. So they must have sustained some sort of damage from that incident, but both cars tangled up in a bit of a collision there, which is going to promote us up into the race here. Now the question is, I need to try and drag these tyres out for just one more stop this race, because the tyre wear is actually pretty severe and much worse than I expected. Okay, so I'm going to come in now in this lap. My tyres aren't too bad, but I think that's the time to switch over to Super Softs and give me enough laps to do any sort of damage if I need to crack on in the final stint. So just coming in more for a safety precaution more than anything, because if I'm on the Super Soft and I know what I've got to do in the final stint, I can just crack on, push on, and try and do what I've got to do. Also, I just realised Perez is in behind us on the medium, so obviously he's also the one who will stop this race, and he's obviously going to go to the end of those tyres, whereas Ricciardo, I believe Ricciardo is going to the end of those mediums, and he's going to pass us right about now. So I think Verstappen's also going to the end. So our challenge this race is to beat both of the Red Bulls in 6 laps. So let's give it a good old crack and try and win this race for the Italian fans. So I'm within range of Max Verstappen and DRS, but I don't think I'm going to get him into turn 1 unless a miracle occurs. But I'm getting pretty close to him now, and I think I should be able to get past him this lap. And actually, maybe it could be sooner than what I think as we get really close to him into the braking zone. I'm going to try and snap on him straight away on the exit of this corner. I was going to say the exit, but I thought I spun out for a second there. But here we go. Get right into the slipstream, try and get past him, and then that way we'll still have 2.5 laps to get past Danny Rick. So here we go. Going to pull to the inside, which will become the outside for the next corner. Squeeze him a little bit to the inside, take the normal racing line, and that is us up into P2 with a purple first sector. And now let's try and crack on after Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, this is why I'm worried about Monza. This is what I hate about Monza. Verstappen's not done yet as he opens up DRS. He's going to try and make a move. I'm going to try and match him on the brakes, but he pulls off the overtake, and he's done me like a kipper. So, nothing I can do there, unfortunately. Verstappen's just overtaking me fair and square. Now we've got the Toro Rosso of Danny Kvyat trying to unlap himself, I believe. And, no, it's Carlos Sainz, actually, getting very close to my mirrors. And I'm just going to sit behind Verstappen for now. If I don't get past him now and leave him behind, then I'm in trouble. So I need to get past Verstappen and really leave him behind. I need to go after Ricciardo ASAP. So here we go, pick up a massive toe this time. Open up the DRS. This time I need to get a gap out into the braking zone and try and get good traction as we fly past Verstappen. And Sainz is going to try and make a move on him as well. Braking as late as I can into this first corner. Actually a little bit earlier than what I wanted. But like I said, lack of a reference point, and the braking, snapping the back end. Tyres are starting to fade on these super softs, picking up the traction on the exit. We've got 2 laps from now to try and catch Ricciardo, so let's try and hunt him down. Here comes Verstappen again. He's got so much more straight line speed. I've had to knock it down to standard mix because I've got no more gas in the tank. And now we're up behind Jordan King. He's going to hold me up a tree. I've lost an end plate. Oh no, why did the AI get out of the way in such awkward places? I mean, I completely messed up my braking into the final corner anyway, but he actually held up Ricciardo for him. But now look at this, Verstappen and now Sainz as well. What's going on? 3-1 on the last lap of the race. If I can just bring this car home for P2, that'd be absolutely fantastic in Ferrari's home race. But the race win was right there. Annoyingly, it's going to get away from us, I think, as we've now got an orange front wing, which is quite severe damage. Oh well, it's probably not going to be P1, but P2 will do quite nicely, and with the damage I was never going to catch Ricciardo. So here we go, across the line. I'm going to run out of fuel right across the line, but it's P2 for the Italian Grand Prix, and a massive amount of points gained on Kimi Räikkönen, and crucially Ricciardo's going to gain a few back though after taking that race win. So Ricciardo getting himself right back in the mix for the World Championship there. So quite a tasty one just overall for the top 3, those who are challenging for the world title. But overall the main story here is that Ferrari just couldn't get the job done in their home race, and I'll take a P2 considering, you know, let's not forget I started from P9, albeit that those fantastic opening laps, yet hectic opening laps, and 18 points, probably the best I could have hoped for, and it's going to be hard to catch Ricciardo anyway without any damage. So I think Ricciardo probably deserved the win of the day, but definitely a good performance for myself. And like I said, we gain a few points on Raikkonen. I don't want to say we take the championship lead, but we're not going to be far off it. So Raikkonen's point lead really taking a massive hammering here this race at Monza. So let's just move into the driver standings now and the final race results to see how things shape up for the next race in Singapore, which is one of my most dreaded races because it's so damn long. So there we have it, an exhilarating Italian Grand Prix, and as you can see we come home in second place for 18 points, just in between the 2 Red Bull cars with Sergio Perez and Ocon getting brilliant 4th and 5th places respectively, and Kimi Räikkönen way down in P10, so he's going to drop a few points in the World Drivers' Championship. And as you can see, speaking of the World Drivers' Championship, we're currently in second place with Daniel Ricciardo leapfrogging both of the Ferraris back into the lead of the championship, and Räikkönen dropping 2 places down to 3rd place. So Räikkönen, who looked so unstoppable, has dropped 2 places this race, and also in the Constructors, Red Bull gaining a few points on Ferrari, as you can see there, but still Ferrari leading the way in 1st place. But nevertheless guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video. Like I said, this has been a very late one for me. It's currently 1 o'clock in the morning, but I've got a big announcement to make, and that is that I will not be re-signing with Ferrari for Season 3 in career mode. So I'm going to do a video soon, and you guys are going to get to vote what team I go for Season 3 in career mode. But right now, I'm officially leaving Ferrari at the end of the season. So there you go. There's the big announcement. Thanks a lot for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.